About a week ago, Nitro Type released quite the controversial update. This update made it so you could only send a maximum of $10 million per week to other players, even with gold membership. And let me tell you, this was probably one of the more unpopular updates that Nitro Type has made in a long time. Everyone hated this because it screwed over everyone. And ever since the update was released about a week ago, people have been calling for it to be removed, to be replaced by something else, to just get this thing out of here. It's so bad, including myself. And nobody liked this update, because it literally screwed over everyone. Team captains, YouTubers, Discord people, account traders, all of these, big niches in the Nitro Type community, everyone got screwed by this. And even people who just wanted to send cash to their friends. Oh well. And so today, Nitro Type finally did what they said they were going to do, and they put some sort of a fix on this update. Let's take a look at what this fix is, whether or not it actually fixes the problem, and what sort of people are still affected by this fix. Let's check it out. So February 18th, 2021, increased cash sending limits for team captains and officers to 50 million within teams to support team building. So the first part of this basically means that if you are part of a team, if you are the captain or the officer of a team, you can now send up to $50 million to your team members to run your team. This is a good fix. I like this because teams are still an important part of growth, communication, and community on Nitro Type. And there's still team competition, and captains need to be able to run their teams. Now, the biggest part of running a team was obviously paying your members cash, and now Nitro Type has a way for officers and captains to pay their team members cash. Quality fix. I like it. Obviously, I don't want to, hurt teams in any way. I still think team competition, it's... Sure, it's meh, but it's a good part of the site. I can't really hate on it. And it's good that Nitro Type found a way to get around this fix. I also do like the $50 million limit because there's not really a point in sending more than $50 million to someone. At that point, that's just too much money. So yeah, most competitions that a teammate is going to run, or like a captain or an officer is going to run, are probably going to be well within that $50 million cap. And I've already tried this out, and it does work, so at least, yeah, good fix, it does work, go do it, team captains, go have your fun. Now, the big part of this that I wanted to talk about was the second line of update, which is ability to override the max cash sending limits for content creators, influencers, and others in need. Contact support to request. I haven't done this yet because I found out about this update like 10 minutes ago. But basically, if I'm reading this right, people can request for their max, the limit to be removed from their account by support, depending on whether or not they need it. And I don't know what to say. Someone asked me before in stream chat whether or not I would like an update where there was some sort of a gatekeep where certain people were allowed to bypass the limit, and I said no. I said no, I would not like that because it seems like you're just giving it to people, but other people don't get it, and that's unfair. And now that I'm reading the actual update, which is the exact thing that I said in stream I would not be a fan of, I don't know. I feel like there's a couple main issues with it. The first part is that it's super vague. Content creators is obviously pretty straightforward, YouTubers with a decent amount of following. Influencers is a word that I never have associated with Nitro Type in the past because what's a Nitro Type influencer? Is it like a leaderboard racer? Is it like an active player? But I can't really see a way for active players to need to send a lot of cash. Is it for people in the community, like someone like Jacob or something like that? Because that kind of makes sense. But then again, why does Jacob deserve a perk to send cash more than other people, right? And so I feel like the word influencers is so vague and so not attributed to Nitro Type at all. Like, when I think of Nitro Type, the word influencers has no meaning. Who's an influencer on Nitro Type? You could say I'm an influencer, maybe, but then I'm also a content creator. Like, content creators are influencers. So who are the influencers? I don't know. And then the third part is what really gets me. Others in need. I feel like when you write others in need, it really turns into who can figure out the best excuse just to bypass this thing, right? Because when you say others in need, someone could say, hey, I need to send cash because because I do giveaways, or because my little brother needs my Nitro Type money, or because something. Like, it just turns into who can come up with the best excuse. And I feel like because the way you bypass this system is now by contacting support to override it, then it's just going to turn into which people can figure out, like, the best excuses to trick support into giving them the override, the bypass. And I feel like when you open up the gate to others in need, it's gonna get a little bit ugly. On the flip side, I love the others in need because now that opens it up to people who actually need to send cash. People like the Nitro Type Discord admins and other people on the Discord who need to run giveaways. That's a big part of the Nitro Type Discord, and that's definitely going to be very helpful because now all the Nitro Type Discord admins and moderators can request this new benefit, and they can say, hey, we need to send cash because we need to do these giveaways, and then they get the benefit, and that's awesome. So I do like the others in need part because it opens it up to more people who actually need to send cash. But it also turns into trying to figure out the best way to scam your way into getting this override. And I think the reason, obviously, it's pretty clear by now that the reason that this whole update was put into place was to stop account stealing, scamming, and buying and selling. Basically, the entire underground community of account. My dog is being very loud. Basically, the entire underground community of account, trading that's been happening it's been pretty big recently. And so I feel like, obviously, this update is supposed to help out the people who actually need to send cash and stop the account traders. But the problem with that is that an account trader can simply come up with a really good excuse and trick support into getting this benefit. So it now comes up to, it's basically up to support to figure out who actually needs it and who's just going to use it for malicious purposes or, account buying and selling. I'm not personally saying that account trading is malicious, but I think that's what it's happening in Nitro Type's eyes. They're trying to stop account trading, and they're trying to help out the people who actually want to send cash. So this is going to be pretty interesting to see how support handles this, and I'm honestly kind of excited to see who can come up with the best excuses to get this back. I am also going to request this because I definitely fit into the category of needing to send cash. I obviously do a lot of giveaways. Plus, 10K subscribers is coming up, guys. Guys, you should subscribe to my YouTube channel so we can hit 10K subscribers. And as you guys know, I was complaining the other day because I wasn't able to do a $1 billion giveaway for 10K subs. But now that this update's in place, I will definitely be able to do one because I'll just ask for the thing, and then depending on what form this override comes in, then we'll be able to see, how I can do the giveaway. And another thing that I personally don't like is that they never really mention what the override is. It says ability to override the max cash sending limits for, does that mean that people who get this override have no limit? Does it mean that we can send $50 million a week? What does it mean? I kind of wish they had been a bit more specific, but I still do like the update. So all in all, I do like this update. It is a bit unfair to people like normal people with gold who just want to send cash to like friends and stuff, but there still is the $10 million cap. It's not like they can't send cash. So if there's some dude out there who wants to give his little sister something, like 3 million or whatever, then they can still kind of do that. But it still is kind of unfortunate for those who don't fit into this category. I do like the first part though. I really skimmed over the first part really quickly. But I do like how they are continuing to support teams. I like that. They recognize that teams need to send cash. And another good part about this is that they're responding to community feedback. Obviously, in a situation like this, it's kind of hard not to respond to community feedback because everyone hated this update. But yeah, they're definitely responding to the community and taking, the voices of the community into consideration when planning updates. And now I think because of this patch right here, we're going to be in a pretty solid place. Again, we're going to have to try and figure out who fits into the category of others in need, and influencers and obviously content creators is pretty self-explainable. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to figure out who gets to send cash and who doesn't. It's a bit of gatekeeping. Yes, but because I'm one of the people who will get this perk, then I can't really. I'm kind of biased, guys. I'm kind of biased. But yeah, that's about the update. That's kind of what I think about it. If you guys are interested in this update, or you have an opinion or anything like that, be sure to drop it down in the comment section. I would love to hear what you guys think. Is this update too gatekeepy? Is it unfair? Is it right? Do you guys think it's a good update? Do you guys think it's better than the old update? Whatever you guys think, let me know down in the comment section, and I'll be sure to listen to your things and send them on to Travis. I don't know. I'll listen to you guys at least. Like I said earlier in the video, we're trying to hit 10k subs, and we are super, super close, so be a cool fan, drop a subscribe so we can do that $1 billion giveaway. Anyways, I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye, everyone, and have, as always, a wonderful day. Peace.